Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Patchnotes 8.14 DCDR. The video for people who don't care and didn't read the patch notes but want to be told the basics anyway. Welcome to League of Legends patch 8.14. As always, before we begin, I require the ceremonial like on this video if you learned something from it, and hit that subscribe button if you're new to join the sock drawer. First on the block is Aatrox. Two of my biggest issues with this new Riven rework were his repositioning during queues and his ultimate that felt pretty useless beyond an AD upgrade. These two things have been addressed hard in 8.14. With his E recharge rate being increased to the early levels and highly decreased to the later levels, this should make repositioning in teamfights and catching those ranged characters a little bit easier, whilst also making his laning phase a little less oppressive. Despite a pretty chunky nerf to that Q damage, the range and width on his first two Qs have been increased slightly, making them far easier to hit, which for all of us who are not faker level pro players is a far better quality of life change than you think. Sorry pro players, I need help holding a knife and fork, so of course Riot are going to help a boy out and make him easier for me to play. As well as this, his ultimate has had its AD buff higher, meaning that it's given me even more of an excuse to use it for that purpose rather than the built-in GA I think it's meant to be made for. Finally though, and definitely the most important part to me, if you've ever played Aatrox and been put into revive halfway through a Q combo, you've probably noticed that the time it takes you to revive is actually longer than the time you need to use a Q, meaning that half your spells are now on cooldown and you're about to get murdered again immediately as soon as you actually come back to life. Well, now it's been changed so that your cooldown on your next Q is paused while you're in revive, meaning that you actually have the potential to fight back finally, and about damn time too. Moving on to Fizz. Fizz no longer does triple damage on marked targets. The reason for this being is that Riot felt it was incredibly awkward for Fizz players to have to wait 3 seconds before all-winning a marked target to actually do the most amount of damage. His W now does extra bonus on hit damage and also causes a bleed over time. Now this is going to be one of two things. This may be the end of the world if you're a Fizz player, as this removal may just mean you're no longer able to one-shot everything anymore, although it opens up a lot of new ideas with your on-hit damage to you. Although, if you are a normal human being who doesn't main Fizz but plays mid lane, this could be the greatest day of your life. No more Fizz one-shots, although to be fair, if you're still playing AD carry right now in 2018, or Ashe or something, yeah, you're probably still gonna get one-shot. That's just a fact of life at this point. Sion's Q got a buff and has been increased at the later ranks in terms of damage. Due to Banner Command's removal, he's now not the greatest top laner in the world. Personally though, I'm not looking forward to the prospect of running Pantheon top into what is undoubtedly my hardest counter. So this makes me sad. Both Jinx and Twitch have had base HP increases for them to be able to deal with the Bruiser kill lane's bot. Whether or not that will actually help is to be seen. My guess is probably not. Karma has had some splash damage radius increases on her ultimate and a pretty big mana regen and also armor increase on her, but some damage decreases. Still likely to not shift her anywhere from being one of the worst supports in the game, but I guess we'll see what happens. So that's patch 8.14 and everything that is new to this upcoming patch. What do you think about the changes? Are you a Fizz main? What's going through your head right now? Are you finally thinking you want to give Aatrox a try with these buffs? Let me know down in the comments section below. Hit that like button if you've learned something, and don't forget, if you're new, subscribe and join the sock drawer, and let me know if you want more DCDR patch notes in the future. Take care, see you guys later, goodbye.